can AI pick a portfolio better than a human can? Now, this is where humans get it wrong. The problem is the human's going to put it all together and think, hey, AI, I'm going to upload a load of data. Which stocks will do rather well? Or even worse, humans think, oh, AI knows everything. It's some kind of omnipotent, godlike creature, and therefore it knows the future. Others will say, of course it can't. It doesn't even have access to the internet. That's because they're living in sort of some prehistoric time where they think AI doesn't have access to internet data. And it just doesn't work like that. AI doesn't work like that. Even the most sophisticated AI agents don't work like that. You've got to give them specific, detailed instructions. Now, you could give it an instruction along the lines of look at all the academic research on stock portfolio investments, work out what's the most important, and then weigh it, create a formula for factorizing it and weighing each of the inputs on that, come up with an output, and then looking at all the accounts of all the major companies, start with the S&P 500 if it's too big otherwise, break that down into which companies have the highest rating and score, for instance. But there's several problems with all of that. First of all, how do you know it's actually done it? How do you know it's done it correctly? So you ask it, show me your working as you go through, show me the end portfolio, show me an explanation of what you read, why you read it, why it was important, and how that's incorporated in the formula. So it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all immediate process, but it can be done. I don't trust it to find the data itself, even through the agent modes. I'd rather upload all of that data because I want to be in a position to be able to do that. Now, here's the problem. What you really want to say is take all of that, now project forward, given what you know about what's happened in history and what might happen going forward and which stocks might perform the best. Now, the problem with that is what it can't account for, but only God-like artificial intelligence can, is what's Donald Trump going to do next. It cannot do that. It cannot say to you, and tomorrow morning, what I prophesy with all the data and everything you've asked me to do as AI is to say Donald Trump is going to raise tariffs on China by 200%, and therefore Alibaba stock is likely to drop 25%. It can't do that. Now think about it logically, why it can't do that. Okay, so what you're left with instead is you can't have immediacy, and you've got to have outputs which are not time or news dependent. In other words, you've got to have outputs which say, give me the most resilient companies, which regardless of the things you can't work out, are more likely to perform better. And again, that's the subtlety most people miss. And the reason they miss it is because, first of all, they don't understand AI. And I've just given a simple example there, a very superficial example. But also, they don't understand investing either, and they don't even understand how the world works. Now, I know, by the way, just in case you're thinking, is that an AI-generated background? It isn't. I'm actually